They are graphic ads that are just playing freely on YouTube, okay?
If you're getting graphic ads on YouTube, I think that probably speaks to your browsing habits. That's a targeted ad. You're getting that ad because you're watching tons of porno, probably. Like, bro. Confront with Nux content. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I'll message him about it. We need to talk. Confronted with app. Genuinely some of the weirdest shit I've seen in my life. Now, far be it from me to criticize someone for clickbait, okay? I am, however, a little bit concerned with some of the videos this guy seems to be putting out now. Because we've got two videos which raised an eyebrow, should we say, okay? So we've got YouTube might take this video down, which I'm always a bit skeptical about. I'm always a bit skeptical about narratives about YouTube taking some sort of negative action against a channel like this. I'm like, okay. Comes across as a bit grifty, to be honest with you, you know? And also, I think we've seen this before with people such as Mama Max. But in any case, we will be fair, as always. He said they might. Yeah, but people will often use YouTube performing an action in order to promote this idea that, like, unreasonably so, YouTube are like a bad entity. Right? Mama Max did this. This was Mama Max's whole fucking process. He did it repeatedly, right? And we'll see what the video says. We'll see what we think. Could be reasonable. He deleted the leaving... No, he didn't, bro. What? Wait. Wait. Did he? Bro, he deleted that video that he did that I covered about the politics stuff. Oh my god, dude. This guy's so pathetic. Dude, can this guy stand on anything? Can this guy stand on literally anything, bro? That isn't just, oh yeah, guys, Linux is so based and pedophiles on the internet are bad, aren't they? Bro, that is insane. Stand on something, bro. Guess what, guys? Guess what? Sometimes you're going to have a take that's going to upset people, okay? And sometimes that take is going to upset people in your audience. The fact that you would state it and then take it down is just fucking insane, bro.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Linux, sorry. Thank you for the super chats. Linux, yes, it's Linux. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? He's apparently not doing drama. Bro, also, hang on a minute. This guy wants to claim that he's not doing drama anymore, but he's done a video about IRL streamers in Japan. What? What? Okay, interesting. Interesting. That's not just drama, to be fair. Yes, it is. Talking about IRL streamers doing shitter things in Japan is drama. Things can be a national problem and it can still be drama. It doesn't, like, bro... He's not, bro, as if, what, you think he's going into fucking national Japanese politics and talking about that? No, he's talking about people going to Japan and being shitters. It's framed around personalities. It's framed around internet personalities. Like, God, why do people give so much credit to people that are obviously completely flip-flopping? Bro, he's just like Tipster. Is exactly the same as fucking Tipster, okay? I'm not going to do drama anymore, guys. Drama bad. Because he's got a bad fucking spin of it. And then he still puts out drama and acts like it's not drama. Pathetic, dude. Covering Destiny isn't drama. Crimes are being committed. I'm sure all chat is saying that would agree. You know. Like, it's fine. If he wants to cover drama, then cover drama. I just absolutely fucking can't stand it when people do this big fucking rigmarole of talking about how bad drama is. and then just continuing to make drama. And they're basically using it to slip away from something that they're on the hook for. It's just pathetic behavior. It's totally pathetic behavior. Anyway, very annoying, very frustrating, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's take a look at this video, and then we're going to watch this other video too.
How do I make money off depressed people?
Live streamers losing their minds in Japan is a pretty safe topic for him since they are pretty unanimously hated.
That is another good point as well. That is actually a really good fucking point, right? It's the kind of drama that you can talk about that your audience or people that are watching are just going to agree with you on, right? It's the kind of thing that you can have a strong take on and everyone's going to go, yeah, these guys fucking suck, right? Yeah, safe and easy topics so that no one disagrees with him, precisely. God, it is so pathetic, man. Anyway, what is this?
Hello, guys and gals, me, Mutahar, and I don't know if YouTube or Google will take this video down, but to be honest with you, this is a pretty touchy subject based on YouTube's terms of services, and that is ad blocks, okay? So obviously, we all know, and I've discussed this before, using an ad block on YouTube is a sin, okay, according to the terms of services. So typically, YouTube will say either suck it and chew on the ads, or get YouTube Premium. Now, if you can afford YouTube Premium and you find value in it, go for it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I know that I'm not going to tell you how to spend your money, okay? All right, it's just not happening. Unless you go to Some Ordinary Gamer store and get some merch from us, it's coming soon. That's a different story.
So already it's like YouTube might take this video down because I'm critical of their ad block policy or I'm critical of some service that they offer. Right? It's like, it's presenting this idea that you're like some sort of, you know, maverick dissident and you're putting something out that could put you at risk, but it's not. You're just putting out a video criticizing some YouTube policy as if that's going to fucking matter, you know? It's like, oh man, this is a tough situation, but I must speak about this, even if they take the video down. It's like fake, it's phony, it's bullshit, right? It's complete fucking nonsense, you know? I think YouTube have taken down an LTT video with Louis Rossman related to ad blocking. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's impossible that a video could get taken down that's about ad blocking. But normally, there's a particular type of behavior that they're concerned about. And, I mean, you know, we'll see, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think YouTube are going to take this video down.
But ladies and gentlemen, on a serious note, there have been a lot of messed up actual ads that have been showing up on YouTube. And the way that ads have basically been permeating through the internet the last couple weeks, if not month or two, have been something worth discussing again. Now, for anybody that's using Google Chrome, all right, you probably noticed that certain extensions like uBlock Origins says that the extension may soon no longer be supported because it doesn't follow the best practices for the Chrome extension. Now, thankfully, the people behind uBlock Origin...
Yeah, there's a Chrome extension that lets you download videos and it doesn't work on YouTube. I think that's fine. I mean, if YouTube have got a browser and it's owned by Google, and then that browser extension is doing something that negatively impacts YouTube in some way, I think it's totally fine for that to be the case. Yeah. Like the point I'm making is I don't think Google are obligated to allow you to like block ads on their platform if it negatively impacts them. So I don't really have a problem with that. There's other options you can use as well. So you can switch browser or you can have other ad blocks that I think will still work. Yeah. As long as that's agreed, that's fine. Like I'm not against ad blockers. I'm not against ad blockers. I'm like, ad block away. I mean, this has got a built-in ad blocker here, so I use an ad blocker myself. I just find some of the entitlement aspect frustrating. And I get that adverts suck. I watch YouTube sometimes without being logged in or whatever, and it is like, oh my fucking God, it's very obnoxious, some of the adverts. But at a fundamental level, YouTube is able to thrive because of advertising. And without advertising, a lot of creators that people enjoy would not be able to make this a financially viable, you know, system. So it's like, sucks, I get it, but it is kind of fundamental to how the platform works and how creators are able to make money and deliver content that you guys end up watching, you know?
For the Chrome extension. Now, thankfully, the people behind uBlock Origins have in fact come out and created a uBlock Origin Lite. So for instance, if you go to the Chrome store, you can get uBlock Origin Lite, and this runs on the new Manifest v3 system that Google Chrome has introduced. Now, Manifest 3's got some problems, okay? It's got some concerns and some criticisms. But I'm going to be honest with you here, okay? You want to ask me what the best browser engine is? I still think it's Google Chrome. However, Chrome is open source, and it's, something that you can build yourself. And, to be honest here, one of my Chromes, the browsers that I use that I absolutely recommend is Brave Browser, okay? Brave Browser is here, and again, just to reiterate, I'm not being...
If there's a workaround, what's the issue? Well, to be fair to Mutahar, I don't think he's saying there's an issue, necessarily. I don't think he's even complaining about the fact this is happening. I think he's just saying that, this is a problem. Here's a way that you can work around it by using Brave Browser, which is fine.
Paid by these guys to do it. Brave Browser is genuinely a browser that I've been using for like a year or two, and these guys effectively have cooked in all of the ad block you'll ever need, and a lot of privacy features as much as possible into their engine. So if you need ad block and you need it out of the box, okay, you don't want to go through the extension hunting farms and getting things working, yeah, this is where it is. If you don't want to use a Chrome-based browser, then there is something known as the Mulvad browser. Now, Mulvad VPN is a pretty awesome VPN because not only have these people been raided by federal authorities, but they haven't given up information. And so they produce the Mulvad private browser. So if this is an option that works for you, go for it. They produce the Mulvad.
Mulvad VPN was subject to a search warrant. Customer data was not compromised. On April 18th, at least 6 police officers from the National Operations Department of the Swedish Police visited Mulvad VPN office and go through with a search warrant. They intended to seize customers with computer data. In line with our policies, such customer data did not exist. We argued they had no reason to expect to find what they were looking for, and any seizures would be illegal under Swedish law. After demonstrating that this is indeed how our service works and then consulting the prosecutor, they left without taking anything without any customer information. Yeah. Yeah, dude. The only possible thought process I've got with this ends up stacking up as a, which I don't really like, but it ends up stacking up as a, if you've got nothing to hide, what's the problem? But then I don't really like that concept. I don't like that idea because I'm just thinking, could this present an issue if someone is using a service for some sort of like egregious act, and there is a genuine reason to want to trace someone down? Okay, okay. Bro. Okay, Spinal BJ is... That's it. Bro, listen, I've given you so many chances. I let you back in, right? When I'm sat there and I am saying, I don't know if I like this take, but this is the best argument that I can think of, and you say, that's a retard take. Well, yeah, I'm expressing it cautiously because I'm obviously a bit uncertain about it and I'm trying to think it through, right? And it's very irritating when someone that's a pedophile, right? It's very irritating when someone that's a pedophile is such a snarky prick, okay? I've warned you about this before. Also, you're black. I've warned you about this before, okay? And it's continued, right? And it's continued on. You were being a bit obnoxious earlier, but I let it slide. And then we go into the next segment, and you're being snarky still, okay? So, I think that's the end of it. I think that's the end of it, okay? At least 30 days. At least 30 days. We're going with at least 30 days on that one, okay?
Bad private browser. So if this is an option that works for you, go for it. But you need ad block. And you need ad block for two reasons. A, to block really malicious scam ads, which we'll get to very shortly, and also for your user privacy. Now, there's been a lot of talk about data privacy laws and, again, all the sneaky spying that big tech companies and governments have been doing on their users. But generally speaking, most of the internet is infested with ad tracking bots from Google, primarily, Facebook, Microsoft. A lot of the big tech companies are basically spying on what you're doing on the internet every single day. So you're going to need to have ad.
In any case, just to finish my thought there, it's like, I don't like that argument. I don't like that idea. But I do just think, what if someone is using a VP? Like, what if a pedophile is getting protected? Do you know what I mean? What if someone is planning to commit a terror attack and they're getting protected? What if someone is actually doing harm and they're getting protected? And I guess the kind of thought process would be, well, if it's a bit like, what is it, the American thing they implemented after 9/11, the Patriot Act, right? At what point do you say, well, something that protects all of us, even if it protects bad people, it's better to have everyone protected rather than no one be protected so we can go after the few bad eggs that are doing something bad? You know? What is the cost of privacy? And is it worth giving up that cost just to catch the few people that are doing wrong? And I don't really think that it is, you know? So yeah, I don't know. It's basically like I'm all for these sorts of tools. I think it's good to be able to use this stuff. But there is obviously a concern when it comes to, well, what if someone is doing something that is egregious, that needs to be tracked down, and they're utilizing these protections? Like, as long as there's ways and means to get around it, somehow, through investigation, fine. But I just don't think you can give up privacy for the sake of the bad apples, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That's the concern.
And tracker blockers, which basically serve for mostly for the same thing. In fact, I have an entire video where I showed you guys how to build your own ad block using a Raspberry Pi and a software known as PiBlock. And it takes maybe, honestly, 20, 30 minutes to set up. But once you get that set up and running on your network, it will block basically every single fucking ad as much as it can off of the internet. And that ultimately makes a smoother, faster browsing experience for you, and it keeps a lot of these shady, spooky tracking softwares away from your...
Oh, what are your thoughts on the UK silently forcing Apple to remove, or more accurately, create a backdoor for the UK Gov, which resulted in Apple dropping their encryption altogether, end-to-end encryption? Bad. I mean, it would just follow the same logic that I just explained, right? It's like, I don't think it's worth removing protections for everyone just to target the bad actors. It is exactly like the Patriot Act. It's exactly the fucking Patriot Act shit, where now when you go through TSA, you need to fucking take your shoes off. I mean, that's obviously an absurd way of presenting it.
Okay, that's
but
wonderful.
The issues the Patriot Act did.
Make money off
right, see what I mean?
VPNs are mostly used for piracy. Nonces and dissidents mostly use Tor and similar networks. There are other ways to track PDFs with or without VPN usage.
Thank you for the super chats. What are your thoughts on former Secretary of State for Security calling people like encryption pedos? Well, wrong. I think people can want encryption for a variety of reasons. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I mean, I don't know enough about the situation, but removing protections for everyone just to target the bad apples is bad. That's my basic take on it.
Your computer, and not just your computer, but if you set it up right, your mobile devices, your family's computers, basically anything. So this is very important to talk about. And it's obviously something I wanted to front load to begin with because, if it's any message you can get from this video, you need an ad blocking software. As much as Google Chrome...
I can't in good conscience take any security advice from Mutahar considering he doxed himself on live stream. How the fuck did he do that? Bro, Darius, dude, I alluded it to the other day, fuck it. Darius did it the other day. Darius is a fucking utter cretin, dude. He literally, when you go to PayPal and you pay for something and it like throws up your address, like he did that on his stream. Yes, he was ordering something and it literally showed the shipping address when he ordered with when he paid with PayPal or something. Apparently that's his old address. Okay. I mean, even so, an old address can lead to your new address, right? There's probably ways and means that you can find a way to link those somehow. But yeah. Anyway, very funny. Very funny nonetheless.
Chrome wants to say this isn't okay. Using something like the Brave browsers I'm using here, uBlock Origins also works. You can add this to your Brave browser. I personally don't. I think Brave does a fine job blocking ads and trackers all over the internet. Don't really need to bloat it up with anything. And there's plenty of blocking stuff for things like Firefox. Base Google Chromium that you can build yourself is very great for blocking stuff once you get things properly set up and plugins right. Microsoft Edge supports these exact plugins. All you have to do is go to the Chrome store and get them, okay? Now, one of the things that I found really gross over the last couple weeks is watching the YouTube ads. Now, I don't use YouTube Premium. I actually watch all the ads on the internet. And there have been some ads that I've seen. So 9 months ago, one of these ads was posted, and I have to blur these because they are pornographic ads that are just playing freely on YouTube, okay? So this one ad has a fucking bee drill, okay? A bee.
Okay. If you're getting pornographic ads on YouTube, okay, I think that probably speaks to your browsing habits. Right? I mean, like... I don't know, man. Why are you getting served fucking porno ads? It's probably because you watch porn, I'd imagine. Like, these ads are all targeted, right?
Basically impregnating an ant, okay? Now, I don't even know if that's, like, possible species-wise, but we have seen bee to ant impregnation, and all this comes down to a mobile game known as the Ants Underground Kingdom. Now, I haven't played the Ants Underground Kingdom, and this is because I don't play mobile games, all right? Or at least these type of mobile games. But yeah, you start to see some of these ads and it's like, obviously the game isn't like that. You're not fucking bees and ants. You're also not even doing half of this probably, but that's just mobile game ads these days in general. Now, obviously this is disgusting, it's weird, and we've seen this before.
Wait, no, that wasn't that game, I don't think. I think the game I showed was called Ant Kingdom. This is the Ants Underground Kingdom. I think. Let me just check quickly. Oh no. Did I get sponsored by a Ant Goon game? Let me just go into the old... Dude, I've not taken a sponsor for ages. I probably should, to be honest with you. I've got like tons of fucking offers. I got... Bro, dude, they're going crazy. I've got like fucking 20 offers. Fuck me. What have we got? Warpath, Hall of Dragons, King of Avalon, Monopoly Go. That was quite a fun one. Roblox, but there's no spots available. Star Trek Fleet Command, Rise of Kingdoms. You get the gist. No. This is the Ants Underground Kingdom. The game that I got sponsored by was Ant Legion for the Swarm. Okay. Another Star Trek. I mean, dude, to be honest with you... I'll probably wait to fucking after April the 4th or 5th or whatever it is, because that'll be when the new tax season starts. I'll probably wait till then. But yeah, sure, I'll probably take a sponsorship at some point. Never reads Kick Chat. Yes, I do. Wrong. I was reading it now. What did you say in Kick Chat?
Not even doing half of this probably, but that's just mobile game ads these days in general. Now, obviously, this is disgusting, it's weird, and we've seen this before. But then there have been ads like this, okay? So February of this year, one user goes without YouTube Premium for 1 day, and they start getting this ad. Now, I have to blur this a little bit, but this woman is pleasuring herself. There's some exposed...
That's a fucking targeted ad. You're getting that ad because you're fucking watching tons of porno, probably. Like, bro. Oh my god, this ad is so disgusting. It's just so wild to me that, I mean, I don't see how else you're getting served that ad. I don't understand it. That's crazy. But sure, I agree. I do agree. They shouldn't be on YouTube. I totally agree with you. I completely agree. It's insane that it's on YouTube. But I think it obviously speaks to someone's proclivities that they're getting served that ad.
Skin. And if you read under it, they're advertising something called Don't Be Shy, Moby, Share Life. So what they do is they get you watching these like literal NSFW ads. Like imagine you're out there with your fucking family, you open up YouTube for a second, and now it's suddenly like the hub. Like these are the same ads that would play on the hub on an adult website that are just playing on YouTube. And you know, the thing is, the kids are watching it too, teenagers are watching it too, adults are watching it too. And somebody who probably has hormones coursing through their body is like, oh man, this is hot. This is real.
Yeah, to be fair, listen, okay. It's funny, obviously, to say that he's a gooner, or whoever this guy that got served this out is a gooner. Obviously, okay, I don't fucking know. It could be a default thing or whatever. I think my basic take on this is porno ads shouldn't be on YouTube. Yes. Porno ads on YouTube are bad. What do you want me to say? Yes, it is bad. You know, whatever.
A young kid wants is hot. Let me click on that install button. And then you download an actual scam. So to go further into it, that's not the only ad out there. There are other ads like this. Video chat with girls. Like, it's very honest, like video chat with any woman. Are you bored? You want a video chat and fun girls? I am blurring this, but I've actually seen straight up bush, okay? This woman's bush just showed up on an ad.
Okay. That is pretty wild. That is pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. Listen, obviously I'm not Mutahar's biggest fan, but you got credit where it's due. He's pointed out something I think is reasonable. I mean, dude, I am just a hater. Okay? Right. Reasonable take, okay? But easy, obvious take that everyone's gonna fucking agree with, right? YouTube should not show porn in its ads. Everyone fucking claps. Like, I don't know, dude. It's just like, bro, it's just it's easy street, isn't it? It is literally fucking moist critical shit.
Actual YouTube ad. Gross stuff. Absolutely. You know, there's a time and place to check that out. And it's not on what should be a safe.
I'm just not believing this until shown proof it's actually happening. Yeah, that's the troubling part, is it's difficult. I can't obviously show full-blown porno on here. But if you type in what? YouTube porn filth. What comes up? Okay. Right, here we go. I'm watching it for journalistic purposes on the second monitor.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
I saw something alike on X and the note said that some of them are bait. They find vids with 30 content and edit them to say that they are ads.
Thank you for the for the super chat. Okay, guys. I can confirm I found the advert that Mutahar here is referring to. Okay. Now, Mutahar is referring to it as bush. But it's not actually bush that you see. Because you see, this woman in this advert is clean shaven. That's... I'm not talking about a face or armpits or legs, okay? I'm not talking about a face, arms or legs. Now, the next question becomes, is this actually... And DK raises a good point. Is this an advert on YouTube? I've got a screen recording of someone on the YouTube app. And it looks like an ad, sponsored. And it's the video. I guess... Dude, it's in French, though. I don't understand the French part. That's the problem. Like,
Okay,
is this
wonderful.
actually an
But how
advert,
do I
or is
make
it that someone
money
has,
off
like,
depressed
put
people?
out a
So what
video
you're
and made it
saying
look like
is
an
that
advert,
she's
if you see
been
what I mean?
deforested.
Yes, indeed. She's been deforested. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. One of the screen record, the person that's recorded it is obviously in France because it's in French. No, it's fine. It's just, it says, regarder, telecharger. What does regarder mean? Regarder and telecharger. What does that mean? Explain it better. I mean, I'll just screenshot the relevant part. I'm just struggling to see if this is an ad or not. Let's get the bush in here. Bush analysis. Bush analysis. Because I'm wondering if like someone has mocked it up so that they've put out like a sponsored video on their channel and made it look like an ad, if that makes sense. Because I think you can say that you've got a sponsor and it says sponsored in the description. Did you see what I'm saying?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make
But because it's in
money
French, I
off
can't
depressed
tell.
people?
If it was in
Stream
English, I could
recorded
probably
it for
tell.
documentation purposes.
Thank you for the super chats. Send it to DK. Okay. Bro, my shit's freezing. Bro, I think a virus is getting downloaded. Something's going on. What's happening, dude? I've clicked on the wrong thing, bro. Why is Paint not working? Oh my god, dude. This is a fucking disaster. Okay, what's this? Okay. I've got no idea what this is. What is this? Why? Okay.
For work website. Now, there have been a whole set of other things like 1v1 video chat. So this lady is sitting in front of her gaming computer. She's got her legs in the air.
This looks
And
like an
obviously,
ad. This looks like an
I'm
ad.
blurring it away because I don't want to get a community guideline strike for simply talking about a serious issue. You can see full toes. And of course, you might be like, well, what are they getting you to download? So in this case, the actual application being promoted is Poppy, where you can discover fun, okay? I'll let your brain figure out what kind of fun you're discovering. So YouTube actually responded to it. They're like, yeah, we totally hear you. We've shared these screenshots with the review team. And they're
So, what this looks like to me, best guess, is that, I don't know, I've got no clue how the back-end ad stuff works. But presumably people submit ads and it gets approved and then it gets run on videos or something like that. Maybe this has slipped through the cracks, so to speak. I find it hard to believe that YouTube would find it acceptable to have an advert where a woman is showing her shaved mound. That doesn't really stack up for me. So yeah, I think that that's probably what's happened here. That would be my best guess. I can't imagine that YouTube want to have fucking porno ads like that explicit. That's wild.
looking into these ads. We'll handle all the next steps from here. Now, I want to remind the audience, okay, if I upload an adult video onto YouTube, it'll get taken down probably within minutes, okay? It will. It's simply how it works. If you stream adult content to YouTube, you'll just get taken down. YouTube's very good when it comes to taking down adult content because there's a lot of technologies YouTube uses, like I believe it's a YouTube CSAI match where they actually use it to identify pornographic videos on the platform, especially possibly CSAM material. And same with Microsoft with PhotoDNA. A lot of these big platforms produce these amazing technologies to limit the scourge of illegal material on the internet. But this material, much like...
At Chudlogic, do you want to see his thoughts on Lolicon from 2021? Dude, Shinji and the Kanjos are like... Have we not covered that enough? I mean, I don't know, bro. I feel like I'm really tapped out of just how much mood... Probably not, no. Thank you for the offer. Thank you for the offer. But honestly, I think I've heard and discussed and analysed and gone over enough of that fucking, you know, take from Mutahar on that material, okay? Bro, dude! And then the Kanjos pops up in chat, send it to me! Oh, dude, there's no way, dude. That is unbelievable. That is absolutely unbelievable.
Like Content ID is used to identify actual adult content, from my understanding at least. So again, on the actual creator end, they will...
Stylo's opinion is Chud's opinion 8 months later. Okay.
shut down any channel that uploads this stuff.
Problem?
But as long as
You're like the canary in the coal mine, basically, okay? You're the canary in the coal mine that is going in there first. And then your takes that end up, you know, being the best, I can then just suck up for myself. Lovely.
AdSense, or Google's ad network, and apparently pay them a few bucks, you can flood the entire site with adult content. That is...
Oh, this person has posted this same message 3 times, so I think I'll now respond to it. Have you seen the quartering clip where he basically tells you how to hide your cheese pizza when you bring in your PC into a tech shop? Yes, I'm familiar with that clip. I am familiar with that clip, yes. Thank you for letting me know about it multiple times in my chat. I appreciate that. I just don't get how YouTube has porn ads on their mobile app equates to every person needs an ad block for their browser. Yeah, no, sure. I think, I mean, I don't think this video is like not as, you know, I thought this was good. The only thing I don't like about it is the framing, that YouTube might take me down for this. I always find that obnoxious. But the content, I think, is fine. It's just another, like, easy take. You know, ad blocks are great, guys. You know, ad blocks are great. You can download an ad blocker here. Now, beyond that, porn on YouTube is bad. No, I know what you're saying, DK. I agree with you. Don't fall for it, Chud. Don't fall for the bland slop ten. When I say it's fine, what I mean is, right, I don't have, like, a massive, like, take of, like, this is what I massively disagree with here, right? But then, that's the point, isn't it? That's the point of the video. Is to be as inoffensive as possible to his audience, so it's just an uncontroversial take that they're going to agree with, so he doesn't end up getting like, pushback from his audience. That is the point of this video. It is the blandest shit going, so that it's just, hey guys, ad blockers are good, porn on YouTube bad. See, that's about it. See ya. Right? Just safe takes. Nothing bold. Nothing like that's out there. Nothing that's taking any particular risks. It's just easy content to put out for his retarded audience to clap like seals to.
Is then used to gateway people into an actual scam. Now, again, the other like night I was on my phone and I have a actual like video footage from me going and finding one of these like gross ads. So I was watching Kitchen Nightmares. This was a fresh experience. I actually had just like got in. So this wasn't like the ad network was picking up on like my latent gooning abilities and like selling me something. So I was on here. There was a normal ad of like a family like moving into a house. But underneath this Kitchen Nightmares thing, there was this buka experience in chat. Now, I don't have the video here, but to describe you, it was two women who were, again, fully clothed on camera, but they were, you know, using their hands to pleasure each other in places that they couldn't show on camera. And
so can we sue YouTube for preventing us from using ad blockers now as they're exposing us to bad content? Good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck suing YouTube. I'm sure that's going to pan out, yes. Get the lawsuit filed as soon as possible.
They were dressed up like they were literally like girls at a sleepover. Like it was actually fucking weird to see, you know? Like they weren't dressed up to look like they were of adult age, so to speak. And
wait, what?
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
Thank you for the super chat.
You know, again, that's where it'll be at. I can't obviously show it to you because I don't have that, you know, footage here. But I did start recording afterwards, and the application that got sent, the application that got advertised, was this thing known as Buka. So I figured, yeah, let's go down the rabbit hole and see what the scam looks like. So you get this application called Buka, all right, which apparently has only one review on the actual platform, 1 5-star review. It's apparently got like microtransactions ranging from like $4 to like $70. And just as a quick overview, it always defaults to like these cam, you know,
what did he's fucking... He's going in. He wants to see what Buka's got to offer. He downloaded it purely for journalistic purposes.
Videos, and I'm sure these women haven't consented either, so I gotta blur this out. But like, you can straight up see nips on the App Store, so already Apple should be pissed. And then they ask you to like give them money to see more of this scam, and then of course
dude, this is the other problem. Is that if you download it, it's going to serve you more of those ads. So you're kind of like just creating a circumstance where you're just going to keep getting served them. It's just, yeah, it's funny. This is actually the most entertaining part of the video.
Violate the TOS even further. Apparently they've found a way to like charge for cryptocurrency outside the scope of Apple. So it's like, bro, it's the easiest Coomer pipeline I've ever seen. And they want you to open up your camera. They want you to open up your microphone. So yeah, give them extra access to your privacy, by the way. Thank God for Apple's like granular permission systems in this regard. But yeah, that's literally the rabbit hole you go down into. So you know, I started looking more into this buka. It was even billed wrong. Like, it was supposed to be me talking to like these local singles in the area, but apparently the app is billed as like this AI chatbot where you can
Adblock is based. Fuck content creators. I know that's a very funny sentiment to express in chat. I get that, right? But you do understand that by that logic, right? You'd have nothing to watch. Like if you got to a point where every single person was blocking ads, obviously there'd be no content because no one would be making it because they're not getting paid for making it, right? It is very funny to say that, of course. I get it, yes. Based. Fuck content creators, true.
talk in like this cyberpunk fantasy setting. Super weird shit. Actually, some of the weirdest stuff that I've ever seen. But look, the point of going down this rabbit hole was to show you how fucked up the YouTube ad system has actually become. You know, it used to be a while back that we got maybe really dumb ads. Like we had like, you know, obviously the gaming ads, which were stupid, but they were kind of harmless at the end of the day. But, you know, then you started getting into obviously situations like naked yoga or whatever, where like people were uploading or like gaming the system.
It's obviously funny, the idea that you downloaded this gooner app, of course. But I'm just a bit like, yeah, like, again, just feels like easy commentary that isn't going to get you in any trouble, right? That's what's happening here.
To upload actual straight up adult content onto the platform. But now you don't need to game the system. Apparently you just have to go to the ad network and straight up put, you know, adult content, pay a few bucks, and people are watching it. And then you use that to gateway people into the biggest scam apps on the platform. I mean, you can't make it up. Even when you go to these platforms. Like,
bro, this is so true. Confront with Nux content. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I'll message him about it. We need to talk. Confront it with porn app. Genuinely some of the weirdest shit I've seen in my life. Like, dude, that is so true, man. It's just some fucking gooner porn app. Like, literally, you deserve to have your fucking account drained. You deserve to have your balls and your account drained if you are downloading some fucking gooner app. I think anyone with more than 2 brain cells to rub together knows exactly what it is. You know, it's like the kinds of people that get tricked by hot women are free in your area now. Hot women free in your area now. Click here and it installs 20 viruses on your computer. Yeah, obviously that's not something you want to be doing, you know? So, you know, I mean, it's not a big deal. I'm not like obviously super mad about the video. It's whatever. It's just kind of funny that, you know, he put out this video about how he doesn't want to do like this hostile political content, which he's since deleted. And now he's back to giving like the equivalent of that fucking, you know, that slop, that gruel that they serve on the Matrix ship where it comes out a little thing and it's just some bland, flavorless slop. You know, it's like that.
they'll have like casinos and like slot machines baked in. It's actually wild how crazy all of this gets. But yeah, I wanted to really kind of talk about it because, look, I don't know how YouTube and Google will perceive this because...
SMTP relay from the ancestors. This roly-poly fuck, stylish words, not mine, got caught by his white wife, fat, okay, going, hello, sir, how are you? Nice bobs, please show for gin.
Okay, that's wonderful.
There's some AI chatbot you thought was Sarah, age 22.
And though this video is what Mutahar does online in his free time.
Thank you for the $5. What, download goon porn apps?
A lot of the advertising revenue from this site comes, obviously, as you can imagine, from advertising. Like, it comes from advertising, clearly. So obviously,
okay.
YouTube and Google have an incentive for people not to use ad block, especially since
okay.
beyond just making money off advertising, there's a lot of, you know, incentive to be tracking people throughout various places using their wide tracking network. But I really think for your safety and, you know, for people in your life not to get scammed or be exposed to seriously, like, potentially dangerous shit like this, you need to have ad block. Dude, when the FBI is telling you that ad block is a near statistical requirement in today's day and age, bro, there's no way in good conscience that anybody can't be telling their audience not to use ad block. And I know you might be like, Muta, won't you make less money? My job is in YouTube, okay? I can make less money off advertising. Dude,
I don't have a problem. I just find it annoying when people act entitled over it, okay? But I don't have a problem with ad block. If someone uses, if you could say to me, I use ad block, and it's like, okay, sure, I use ad block as well, right? It's fine. It's just very annoying when people do this thing where it's like I'm all right, Jack, is what we call it in the UK, where it's like, well, I'm fine.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
What is Mutu up to now? Also, have you heard about the ongoing Friendly Geordies battle with the NSW Police Fixated Persons Unit?
Thank you for the super chats. I've not followed that, no. To be honest with you, I tend not to follow Australian stuff, which I probably should because there's good drama there, I'd imagine. But yeah, no, I have not been covering that, I'm afraid. I've not been following that. Thank you for the super chats. Because it's like, well, yeah, good for you, but then there's other people that do rely on ad revenue, you know? It's fine to say have an ad block, but it's like, well, I don't need this. I don't need this money. Well, other people do, and it just feels a bit shitty to be like, wow, I'm all right, you know? Yeah, fine. But there's other people that, you know, you don't want to watch ads. That's fine. I use an ad block myself. I don't have a problem with ad blocks. It's just sometimes people act all weird and entitled about it, you know?
I could choose to stream more and earn money that way. I could do a million other things if I wanted to up my money game, okay? But my money game is not more important than my audience's, you know, risk of getting scammed. And I think that goes pretty much site-wide for everyone.
Oh my god, dude. I don't want you guys to get scammed. Bro, what about, I do want my audience to get scammed. I want my retarded incel Kuma audience to be absolutely fucking bombarded with ads claiming that there's young women in your city ready to meet, and they click on it and their accounts get drained like that, because that would be funny. I do want that to happen, actually. Dude, it's just so crazy. This like, oh, I don't want you guys to get hurt. Bro, this is exactly what this is. This is a, you know, a video designed to cause as little alarm, disagreement, and issue as possible. It is just shit. You know? And it comes off the back. I wonder as well if there's an element where he's like putting stuff like this out now that is easy, popular takes because he's just got fucking reamed over his gay video talking about political takes and how he doesn't want to have political disagreement that he's now apparently deleted or privated. Yeah. Adblock is acceptable for when you go to Fandom Wiki to look some shit up and don't want the page to have 6 billion ads on it. If you're on YouTube, then just get premium. It costs less than Netflix. Yeah, sure. Premium is actually really good. So, but anyway, in any case. Bro, it's just like it's the moist critical. It's the moist critical thing, isn't it? It's the moist critical thing. It's exactly the same dynamic. Very, very annoying. Very gay.
There's a few amount of creators that talk about this. I know that Louis Rossman talks about this pretty extensively. I know that Linus talks about this, probably not to the most extreme extent. I know that Mental Outlaw talks about this. I know that a lot of people that are privacy focused in this game talk about this, and for good reason. It's pretty bad. And it's seemingly just gotten only worse. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.
So that was that. So that was that. So there's the ad blocker take. And then there was this.
Hello,
so straight away, well, the fucking purple dude. So straight away, I'm like, So now we're following on with YouTube age restricted my video. Always a warning sign that someone is being a shitter and doing the whole YouTuber after me thing. But I am biased against Mutahar. I don't like Mutahar, obviously. Okay. So let's give him a chance. And let's see what he's got to say for himself. Okay, let's see what he's got to say for himself.
Guys and gals, me Mutahar. One late night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm working on a video in regards to an interesting cult known as the Old Zizian, so to speak. It's going to be probably today, tomorrow, at this moment in time, ladies and gentlemen, but it's 1 in the morning, so probably today by technicality. Yeah, if you wonder what...
I just, like, I cannot imagine making a whole video talking about another video getting age restricted. Okay? A video getting taken down, I can see that. But age restricted, I don't see why you need to make a fucking video talking about that. And then there's also the ones where people are like, this video got demonetized, which basically means that you, rather than a green $sign, you get a yellow $sign, and you're not having ads run on that video. It's just like, yeah, that happens. That's part of being a YouTuber. Next time, try and be a bit closer in terms of your editing. Now, I'm guessing that he's probably going to do and say, well, you know, if ads can run like this, why is my video getting age restricted? That's a fair comment. That's a reasonable kind of perspective. And I would probably put that down to YouTube fucking up somewhere in their, you know, bureaucratic process of like allowing the ad to occur or something like that. I don't know. But I can't imagine that it's a tenable position that you have ads that run on YouTube that are pornographic that would result in an age restriction. The only thing I could think is if you're logged in and over 18, the ad may get served to you because it's picking up the fact that you're over 18. Something like that, maybe. That I could see. So, yeah.
The title of it, Age Restrictions. Now, I made a video earlier yesterday all about YouTube's wild, saucy ads, 18 plus in nature, so to speak. And the video got age restricted. Now, this is one of those things where it's like, obviously, not the goal that anybody wants. Age restrictions typically tank a video's performance. And also, it's not good to have age restrictions.
Okay. The reason that age restrictions tank a video's performance is because YouTube want to take steps to make sure that content it's categorized as not suitable for children isn't shown to children, or people under 18, I should say. So I find this argument very bizarre to me. Like, yeah, it sucks, but obviously YouTube don't want to serve it to kids, so obviously it's going to negatively impact the performance of the video because you have to be logged in and over 18 for it to be accessible. Well, it's not to say that he needs child viewership. Obviously, adults could watch it that aren't logged in or something. But it's just such a crazy argument of like, well, the YouTube's going to perform worse. Yes, that's because YouTube has categorized it in a certain way and it's trying to limit it being presented to people who they don't want it presented to. That seems like fairly reasonable to me. Just a weird... It's like... It's one of those things that you look at as a creator and you would go, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, that's that video fucked. And that's it. You move on. To make a thing about it and talk about it like this, I just am like, well, yeah, obviously that's going to be the case.
In the first place. But interestingly enough, it gave me the option to, appeal. Let me tell you, in 2-3 minutes, they watched apparently I think it was like a 15, 16-minute video, like carefully reviewed it. I don't know how that's possible.
Okay. Bro, the sheer amount of volume of videos that are uploaded to YouTube are fucking tremendous. They are not sitting there diligently watching through a fucking 15-minute video. Either it's automated, or if it's not automated, they watch the segment that's relevant to the fucking issue. Because it's obviously time-stamped as to what it is in the video at the back end that would lead to this outcome. Like, yeah, exactly. You don't need to watch the entire video if there's a flagged point that's like, this is the thing that's causing this decision. You can watch that and go, yeah, that's not within the rules, or that's 18 plus. Boom, there you go. Like, dude, this guy's been doing this for how long? This guy has been doing this for fucking years, and he's sat here with this absurd idea that someone is going to be watching your whole video to establish whether or not it breaks the TOS or should be age restricted. What are you on about, dude? That's obviously not how it fucking works. You don't need to be an experienced YouTuber to recognize that they're probably not going to watch the whole fucking thing because they can look at a timestamp of you with your face there and probably think, well, yeah, that's unlikely to be it. It's probably the porn ads that are the problem, you know? And on top of that as well, I oh, dude, I forgot what I was going to say. Fuck! Continue, just continue.
And age restrictions were kept in place because ultimately the YouTube community needs to be protected, which I actually agree with. I think any online YouTube community needs to be, or any online community in general, should be protected. But I find it pretty interesting, and I kind of wanted to have a little vent about it because ultimately I covered, literal like adult ads in the YouTube ad network. And the thing about it is obviously that's not okay. Like I said, if I was to upload anything saucy, anything salacious, anything.
Okay, so in order, like, I agree, there shouldn't be porno ads on YouTube. I mean, you'd have to find a situation where you're completely logged out and you're getting served something like that, or something along those lines. I don't know. To me, it seems like an error on the part of YouTube. I think YouTube have erroneously allowed these ads to run. They'll probably get pulled. That would be my guess. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm just like, yeah, you made a video about porn ads on YouTube. I don't think it's that crazy that it gets fucking age restricted. It's just one of those things you got to fucking eat.
Naughty, and this goes for any creator really. If you upload anything naughty on the internet, you will get that community guideline strike. Okay, not every platform can be Twitter. Not every platform can be 4chan. There are limitations everywhere you go. So obviously in this case, I hit a limitation, and YouTube obviously wasn't taking too kindly to it. And, the thing about it is, obviously it wasn't a violation of community guidelines because the video is still up and it's still viewable, provided you're over the age of 18. Which, obviously, I could make a stink about, but I don't really disagree. YouTube considered it to be a little bit adult, and they age restricted it, which, honestly, it's their platform. They can kind of decide that, and I can actually understand.
Okay. To be fair, bit of a pause, Andy, earlier. He's being reasonable. He's saying he can understand it, so that's fair enough. We must be fair. We must be fair to all parties.
Some of those advertisements that YouTube was playing on its platform was definitely not okay. Which also begs the question, if the video criticizing it is age restricted, at what point are we going to look at some of the ads that are actually running on here? And ultimately, I look at this kind of stuff for the big benefit of YouTube. Like, honestly, at the end of the day...
Why make this video? I mean, I don't know, dude. Well, because he gets to put out a video that is not controversial, that is very straightforward, that his audience will clap like seals at, okay? I got age restricted and these terrible porn ads are running. We must do something about this. Okay?
Nobody in the giant broad ecosystem of the world, all the other advertisers, if you're somebody like, I don't know.
Why watch? What, me? Because I don't like Mutahar. That's why I'm watching.
Coca-Cola advertising on YouTube videos. You probably don't want to be next to an advertisement where literally somebody has been repurposed from an adult video and they're just like used to sell an actual scam, a scam app, so to speak, right? Where people jump into, children potentially. They start talking to like fake chatterbait clones and sometimes get mommy's credit card involved, paying for somebody on the internet it's just wild stuff.
Wait, what? Okay. I think most parents are probably more worried about using your credit card to buy V-Bucks or something rather than porno shit, but I don't think there's a common trend where children are like getting mummy's credit card and spending money on porn. I think that's probably quite slim if it's happening at all.
Advertisers, if you're somebody like, I don't know, Coca-Cola advertising on YouTube videos, you probably don't want to be next to an advertisement where literally somebody has been repurposed from an adult video and they're just like used to sell an actual scam, a scam app, so to speak, right? Where people jump into, children potentially. They start talking to like fake chatterbait clones and sometimes get mommy's credit card involved, paying for somebody on the internet it
just feels like you're creating this absurd, almost unbelievable scenario. What?
Can you commentate the rest
Really?
of this segment in an Indian accent?
I can't do a very good Indian accent, and plus, I don't want to lean into the racism memes.
But how do I make
Okay,
money
like let's
off
just
depressed
relax a little
people?
bit. Thank you for
This
the super
video
chats.
makes me want prawn ads at this point.
But yeah, it's just yeah. Stylo said it right. It's like hysterical. It comes across as very hysterical. I don't think that is happening. I find that hard to believe that this is a significant issue of a kid watching an ad and getting sucked in with a porn AI bot. like I say, the concern is that they're buying V-Bucks or some other form of online currency in a game that they like, rather than they're doing something like that.
It's just wild stuff. It literally is. You can't make it up. So obviously in the past few weeks, YouTube's advertising.
Yeah. You can't make it up. You kind of just did make it up. You kind of just did make it up. Anyway, look, I'm trying to be fair. These videos are not that crazy. They're not like super like egregious. It just comes across as like easy popular take, you know?
Systems have kind of been abused, I would say, very much abused by some really bad actors to absolutely distribute what I would say videos that you wouldn't be able to upload on YouTube without actually.
Chud, I want to lean into racist memes, but I don't want to lean into racist memes. So I like leaning into racism memes in a playful way, talking about like black crime statistics, right? But if there was a black guy that I was covering, I'm not going to start doing black guy voice and calling them like slurs and stuff, right? There's obviously levels and lines with this shit. So mocking the accent or mocking the perceived accent of someone that is a certain racial identity throughout the entirety of the time that I'm covering them, yeah, that feels a bit excessive to me. That feels a little bit excessive to me personally, okay? So I think I'm gonna pick and choose exactly where I want to fucking do this sort of thing myself, okay?
Actually having your channel nuked or at least given several strikes. So I wonder, and I beg the question, why is it that if, the person criticizing it, their videos get age restricted, why is this not treated super duper seriously? Because it should. People always talk about things like the adpocalypse, like situations where YouTube's ad systems are just...
See, whilst I can see where he's coming from, I think that... Dude, we need to see, in order for this to really make sense to me, I'd need to see
but how do I make
the ad
money
running in a
off the
format
press people?
where you don't have the age restriction aspect, if that makes sense, right? Thank you for the super chat. Like, for example, if you could show me the ad running on an unlogged in account and therefore could potentially be served to everyone, then I'd agree with that point. But I don't know if that's the case or whether it's, someone's logged in and they're getting served that ad, but then it would be 18 plus because it's checking that. Do you see what I mean? So I don't know if anyone's experienced this themselves. But yeah. But that being said, putting that to one side, I still think porn ads shouldn't be on YouTube. I think that's crazy. I would say that should be gone. Sure.
Or YouTube is going to tank itself in the broad ecosystem. Like, it only takes one article from mainstream news, like one mainstream news article person to say that YouTube is allowing, children or minors or really people to get exposed to scams on their platform through their ad network. Now, obviously, I think that YouTube is combating this stuff, but not enough, in my opinion. Not to the point where, if you're still seeing this day in and day out constantly, it's not being fought hard enough against, so to speak, is what I'm really getting at. And it's one of those things where obviously the attention is raised not to make YouTube look bad.
Okay. Do we know this? Like, dude, people are just willing to make these like broad statements about YouTube without any sort of like prefacing or anything. I don't know that. I don't know what YouTube are doing about this. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I would imagine that YouTube are probably concerned about scams on their platform, and they are very unlikely to be willing to support things that scam people, because for the reasons he's stating, they want the negative press of it and stuff like that. So I'm a bit like, I'd like a bit more info to understand anything from YouTube. What's their perspective on this? Is there a statement? Is there something that they want to say about this? It just feels like we're just going off pure vibes. It's like, yeah, well, I don't think YouTube are doing enough about this. Well, do we know what YouTube are doing about this in the first place? Or is it just vibes-based analysis of, well, I've seen some ads, and then that means that YouTube aren't doing enough about this, If I had to guess, I would say that YouTube probably could be doing more about this issue. Sure. But I don't know, dude. It's just, I hate the fact that YouTube, I will stand up on my soapbox and I'll put it all on the line and I will defend fucking YouTube because no one else will. It's just like every single, dude, this is like the Mama Max thing all over again. In terms of like, everything comes to the conclusion that YouTube are bad, no matter which way you slice it. And it's like, I don't know, man. People are saying it's been a year issue for years. Yes, I'm sweeping for YouTube. Okay. Yeah, if there's good videos, I'll maybe take a look, but it just feels like we're just kind of like auto-concluding that YouTube are definitively like underperforming on this or something.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Mutas videos are a scam. I feel scammed out of my time.
Thank you for the super chats.
But just generally, as you know, people on the platform, you have to be able to self-police it before it starts becoming a bigger issue in the broader sphere. So yeah, you know, YouTube ended up age-restricting a video that was criticizing some of the terrible ads that are playing on their platform. And again,
yeah, also, that's the... Okay, beyond that as well, the other problem that you've got is that sometimes there are issues that are complicated to solve and people perceive it as being an easy issue to solve. And the lack of resolution is perceived as YouTube not doing enough. When it's like, on a fundamental level, maybe the issue is just complicated to solve. This was the case with the Twitch. Remember the Twitch hate raid drama that happened? And people were complaining about the fact they were getting hate raided. And they did do some stuff and they did put stuff in place. But then they put out this statement that was like, you need to use your moderation tools to deal with this. And people freaked out about it and were very fucking annoyed and very fucking mad. And it's like...
Okay,
well,
that's wonderful. But how do I make
thank
money
you for the super chats.
off depressed people?
It is a difficult problem to solve, and you've got to use the tools that you've got to resolve it too. But yeah, it's like... I don't know how the ad... This is the problem too. I don't know how the ad system works. The lack of resolution is perceived to be a result of inaction, which is not necessarily true in most cases. Yes, exactly. I don't know how ad work. I don't know how the buying process works. Like, what is the process for an ad coming from the mind of the person that wants to sell something to it being put on YouTube? Is it automated? Are there things that are happening that are getting around the automated systems? Because I would presume that there's probably, instinctively I would think someone must look at the ad. But if there's a high volume of ads that are going through, then maybe there's some sort of automated system they've got up to assess whether or not ads are appropriate. And maybe if you've got a woman who just looks like they're sitting there, it tricks the system that it thinks it isn't pornographic when it is, or something like that. It's like shit slipping through the cracks,
okay, that's wonderful.
rather than YouTube being like, we don't care about this, you know?
People?
Edgar Talley is your biggest fan.
Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. Not to dick suck, but these videos which always complain about YouTube policies or services never provide actual solutions. They just complain and complain. Well, again, this links into the Mutahar's whole thing. YouTube is an easy target. You could make 20 videos talking about how much YouTube sucks, and your audience is just going to cheer you on. Because no one wants to fucking defend YouTube. No one wants to give any credit or grace to YouTube. They just want to relentlessly shit on YouTube, which is fine, by the way. Shit on the corporations. I don't care about shitting on corporations. I just don't like it when people talk about it in a way that doesn't take into account some of the complexities that exist, just for the sake of spitting out an easy video that's shitting on YouTube, you know?
Beg the question. If it's age restricted, I get it. But like, why are we not fighting against these videos hard enough? Now, obviously, there's ways for you to report these advertisements, and I highly implore, for you to absolutely, report these advertisements as you see them. But yeah, I just found it funny, honestly, that like an age restriction kicks in. Generally speaking, when I've went out of my way to basically blur out as much as I can. And I think that's probably what caused the age restriction to be an age restriction and probably not a actual community guideline strike. If you ever wonder...
Yeah, exactly, Don BJ. Yes.
From memory, these advertisers create a fake ad that meets YouTube standards, then use a loophole to change the content after the fact to bypass it.
I see. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for the super chat. This platform that created the greatest democratic revolution in media since the printing press totally sucks, dude. Yeah, dude, that's it. That is it. It's like YouTube is such a tremendously incredible thing. And it just feels like people have got these criticisms. And some are valid and some are worth pointing out. But then some are like, you know, it's not perfect. And I get that. But it's not necessarily a product of YouTube not wanting to fix or resolve things. They do, but there's issues and problems and flaws in the massive bureaucracy that they've created, which you have to run a site like YouTube, that make it not as easy to fix as you would think, you know?
Wonder why I hyper blur out everything. It's literally because of situations like this.
Okay,
But
that's
yeah,
wonderful.
I found it
But
pretty
how do I make
hilarious. I found the
money off
appeals
depressed
process
They got
pretty
the super
hilarious.
chats.
And personally, I don't really want to make a big stink out of this because I really do think that YouTube's moderation and I think YouTube's like heart is in the right place.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Fair. Mutahar is being fair in that comment. Fair enough.
I just think for this specific fight, when there's actual scam advertising that's happening on a near daily basis, when there's legitimately adult content being like spread through the network, through the ad system, and then getting people to go from the YouTube ads to download an application off the Apple, network, off of Android, Google Play, so to speak, iOS's App Store, and then going down a rabbit hole there where people are funneling their money into like talking to bots and then being exposed to, again, adult content, especially if some of those people are also children as well, too, which really can happen in this case. I implore you, if you don't have YouTube Premium or any ad system, to be mindful of the advertisements that are showing up on your system or possibly the system of your children, just to make sure that they're not being exposed to some of this really creepy, borderline predatory shit that's on the platform.
YouTube sucks. The only people on here are grifter glowies like Chud. Right. Yes, I am a grifter. That is exactly what I am. That's exactly correct.
But yeah, I wanted to really talk about this.
I also work for MI6.
I found it funny, working on something. I got this email. I appealed it. Obviously, within minutes, that appeal was rejected. And again, not to make a big stink of it, but ultimately it is to raise awareness on a pretty serious issue that's happening on the platform. God. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, good night. You have a good rest of the good rest of the evening, so to speak. And I will see you when my video is done.
Bro, yeah, you're raising awareness about something which is not suitable for kids. I've not yet seen evidence that this is being served if you're not logged in. And then if it is being served when you're not logged in, it seems to be that's a product of, I don't fucking know. I can't speak more than that. Anyway, there we go. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be more annoying and more irritating. But yeah, I mean, it's just obviously very palatable, acceptable gruel served to his audience so they don't get too upset about his takes. My video, that should have been a Reddit community post, by the way, where I cry and moan, is raising awareness, actually. Yeah, what is this, Major Windy? You just sent me something about this.